Good morning. It is day 23 of 84, and I'm going to be doing my cardio this morning on the treadmill because it's 40 degrees outside. The weather is terrible, and I don't feel like being in the rain and the mist walking around this early in the morning, let alone at all when it's that cold because it's just miserable. Okay, I'm going to eat my food and then do my cardio. No walking outside today. It is cold, cold, cold out there. Weather is lousy too, which I already knew this week was going to be like this. The cold isn't the problem. It's the mist and the drizzling and the rain and the wind that's the problem. So this week I'm not taking chances. I will be doing cardio on the treadmill to be able to avoid the possibility of not being able to walk around outside with the weather the way it is. I love to get to work early to have time to do my walk in the mornings before I start my work day. It just clears my mind and I just enjoy it. But, sometimes we have to make adjustments to be able to fit certain situations. And I'm not going to make excuses and have something come up where I'm not able to do my cardio. So here I am doing my cardio. Especially because if I did go to work, I do work in a warehouse, but it's a very small warehouse. And for me to walk around inside that warehouse, I'd be pacing circles, like maybe 25 feet circles. And I don't know if you guys have ever walked 25 feet for an hour. It's dizzying. It's very dizzying. So I'd rather not take my chances. It'd actually be kind of cool to get a treadmill at work, put it in my tool room. And that way, whenever I do get to work early and the weather is lousy, I can just jump on my treadmill and walk. But I don't know, walking in boots on a treadmill, I guess I can take my boots off. But I mean, walking, I'll be afraid that the hard edge boot would start tearing up the track on the treadmill. So for the time being, I guess until I figure out a better solution for that, I'll just do my cardio out here at the house and then head to work instead of getting to work early and doing my cardio then. Either way it goes, no excuses, getting it in, gonna make it happen. It is a cold one today, and you know what goes really good with a cold day? Chicken and carrots. That's right. Chicken and carrots is the best thing you can eat on a cold day if you're trying to lose weight just like you were doing during the summertime. Cold, hot, rainy, humid, low humidity, beautiful weather. Doesn't matter. Chicken and carrots, man. Chicken and carrots. That's the way to go. I'm going to eat this, try to warm up a little bit, and then I have to get back to it. Last year, we had about a week that we got down into the 30s every day for like about 5 days, 6 days. And then it warmed up into the 40s. That's the coldest it's been for us in a long time, consecutively day after day. And after spending a couple days in 30-degree weather, then going to 40-degree weather, 40-degree weather feels warm compared to 30. But also, you have to keep in mind that when you go from 80 degrees down to 40, 45, and you have a 40-degree drop, it is brutal. It feels brutally cold. But if you go down from 40, from 80, and you get used to 40, then it goes back up to 50, 50 is going to feel hot. So it's just one of those things. That's what makes it so difficult for us down here to get used to the cold. We're normally more warm than we are cold, so we don't really have any time to get acclimated to the cold. So whenever we do have these blasts of frigid air come in, it's never long enough for us to actually get used to it. So it just sucks being cold and shivering, just like it sucks being hot and sweating. But the lesser of the two evils, I would pick a nice, cool 70 degrees and comfortable. And you might be wondering, what else can you eat besides chicken and carrots on a cold day to warm you up? And well, it's chicken and bell peppers, if not chicken and carrots, of course. And that's the best way to go about getting warm on a cold day if you can't warm up. Chicken and bell peppers. I am sure glad it is that time of day right now. So no animal pack anymore until next week. So I get to enjoy my Folgers Black Silk coffee. That is probably my favorite coffee, is the Black Silk. It is so good. and I missed it so much until I got to have it this morning. And I remembered exactly how much I love that coffee. The diet pills are cool. The decaf is okay, but there's just something about the way that coffee tastes that just gets me. It's just, I don't know. It's like nature's candy. That time has come again to train shoulders. It's already Tuesday on week 4. This is already the 4th week of training shoulders on this program, and I am loving it. I'm hyped up on my Folgers Black Silk. I know people might be like, ugh, Folgers, but you know what? That's my brand, so back off. Back off. I do what I must to get through the day at a cost that's affordable for me to be able to make it through and have my little wins, and that coffee is my little win. And plus, it gets me revved up with energy, ready to go. So I am ready to attack these shoulders tonight. Hopefully nothing snap, crackles, or pops or tears, and we have a hard workout with no injuries. Feeling skinny today, feeling deflated, feeling shriveled up, but I have energy. I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday. My hunger wasn't as bad today as it was yesterday, but I was hungry all day. And my energy levels are a lot better today. And my mind is here tonight. And my mood is a lot better as well too. I got the mentality today. Okay, I'll hit these for a rest pause. That was a good 17 with the 45s. Let me see what I did last week actually. I did 15, so I got 2 more reps than what I got last week with these. So speed, pause, and press about the same rate. I didn't speed the reps up to try to get more reps. Just smooth through that first set. So strength has gone up some, or at least my conditioning, endurance, work capacity, however you want to cut it, it's gotten better. So if it's working, you know what? It's working. And more reps is more results. Next. Okay, one more. Oh, man. You know, people talk about doing behind the neck shoulder press, how it's dangerous for your shoulders. But, you know, you didn't hear about any of the old school bodybuilders having shoulder injuries and surgeries. It's all the newer guys that only shoulder press in here that are tearing shoulders and pecs and ligaments and tendons and labrum. All the old school bodybuilders, man, they do behind the neck shoulder press and dumbbell shoulder press as far back as they could. And they always seem to have very healthy shoulders. So it's like, but what's the reason for none of them needing shoulder surgeries, but all the new guys do? Maybe training behind the neck or overhead dumbbells as far back as you can get helps bulletproof the shoulders. Or maybe it's just genetics and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just gonna happen if it happens. You just ride that ride as long as you can. Okay. I'm gonna drop to a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier than what I did last week. Okay, let me hit this for a quick rest of 3. 1, 2, 3. Just long enough to get the burn to stop. Do it again. Hit it for another 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let's do a much bigger drop down to the 20s. And let's just burn them down. Man, what I want my goal to be, what my goal is I want to be able to do the 65s for a set of 15 to 20. I think doing the 65s the way I did the 45s for a set of 15 to 20 would be a very respectable shoulder press with strict form with a pause at the bottom. And doing that kind of weight with that type of tempo, there's no way your shoulders won't be big. And I don't want to say it's a safer way to approach it, but it's a longer way to see progressive overload over a longer duration instead of trying to do sets of 8 to 10 heavy, and go heavier every week. If you build the reps and increase the load and then build the reps, increase the load the way I'm doing it using rest pause systems, I think you could go a lot longer without hitting a plateau. Plus, I want to do like that video of Hafthor Bjornsson whenever he was shoulder pressing his wife while helping her do pull-ups, and he was talking to someone in the video, and then she just let go of the bar and he was just talking and overhead pressing her, and she was just sitting there like, I want to be able to do that with my wife, but I have to be strong enough to be able to do it with her. But she doesn't weigh that much. She's not that heavy, but still, I want to make sure my shoulders can handle that. Changing it up a little bit tonight, I'm going to do straight bars. Well, I'm going to use a barbell for doing my front laterals. Doing the dumbbells, you have a bigger plane of motion and range and variety that you could kind of move your shoulders or elbows into position if something's bothering you. But honestly, when I'm on a fixed position like this, I feel like I'm more on the track and more stable, and it feels better to me. And I could go a little bit wider like this, and going wider feels way better to me than going more narrow. Like when I use dumbbells, my hands are pretty much directly over my leg, like in front of my legs, straight down from my shoulders. And it feels good. Don't get me wrong, but this feels better going with a wider grip. And when you're on a fixed bar, you can hold this position better. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to cheat these reps, and it's not going to look pretty, but you know what? It's okay because it's feeling just right. Okay, we hit 12 on all sets with this 45-pound bar. So next time I come in, I'm going to try to hit 13 on all my sets at least, and then 14 and 15, and then until I hit 20. And once I hit 20, I'll start adding weight. So the first set, I'm going to try to get as many as possible. And then if I fall shy of 20, I'm gonna try to replicate that on each set. If I can't, I'm gonna find the next greatest number over 12 and try to hit that with the remaining sets and replicate that for the remaining sets and then build on that and that and that. I'm gonna do these for a drop set. I'm gonna do it with the 20s and then I'm gonna do a drop. I don't know what I'm gonna drop to. We'll figure it out. You guys will know when I know. Let's drop to the 12s. Let's keep the volume going. Okay, let's go to the burn stops. We'll go again. Okay, go again to the burn stops. Okay, one more time. One more time. Just long enough for the burn to go. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Burn them down pretty hard on that one. That felt good. On to rear delts now. Sticking with a 30 this week, like I did last week. We'll see what I get. And I'm gonna pull back into a drop set. With this one right here, I think if I go south of 8, I'm going to do a drop. If I go between 8 to 12, I'll do a rest. And then if I go over 12, actually, honestly, anything over 8, I'm gonna do a rest pause. I'm not gonna just do a straight set of this. I just greased these rails and now my fingers got engine assembly grease on them. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I like the way grease smells. Like it's the mechanic in me. I'm gonna rest it for 5 and then hit it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that faded quick. I'm gonna turn into a drop set for sure. Only hit 5 on that one. Shoulder press and overhead lateral raises really took it out of my rear delts. I can feel it. Alright. I'm gonna rest for 5 on this one. I'll hit it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, over 5, so we gotta hit it for another rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Oh. Let's hit that drop. Oh, keep this going. Keep it alive. Keep it alive. Lighter the weight, the shorter the break. That's gonna be it. All right. Let's see if I even got a pump tonight. I don't feel like I even have one. I just feel so deflated. I really honestly just feel deflated right now. Let me get this shirt off. Not sweaty tonight, so that wasn't so bad. Okay. Okay, that's not bad of a pump. That's not too bad. Even my chest looked like I got pumped up a little bit. Even my arms, they look a little pumped. So that's good. That makes me feel a little bit better. Looks like I still got grease on my hands. See what those rear delts are looking like right now. Well, stomach's looking better today. I mean, that's bright side about feeling flat. Okay, back to the shoulders. rear delt, front delt, rear delt. Yeah, waistline's coming in. If I could just get rid of this here, this last little right there. I know you still won't be able to see the abs, but like at least it'll be flat, like straight down, and it won't have this right there. That's going to change the side profile so much once that is gone. Yeah, but it's not too bad if I pump tonight on the shoulders. I feel like everything kind of got an even pump, to be honest, on the upper body. Ugh. Honestly, I feel tonight's pump was actually better than last night's pump. And last night I trained my back, but man, yesterday I felt super hungry all day. I felt exhausted. And just mentally, I wasn't here. I felt a lot better tonight mentally. I was definitely here. The energy levels are coming down. I pushed pretty dang hard on the workout. And if anybody's wondering like how I do my sets, man, like basically I do 4 to 5 sets leading up to my top set. So if I say I'm doing 5 sets, what I mean is I'm doing 4 warm-ups and then a top set. So 5 sets total. If I'm doing 4 sets, that means I'm doing 3 warm-up sets, pyramiding up, increasing the weight every single set up to my 4th set, which is my top set. And that's the one that I am either going to rest pause or drop set or superset or do cheat reps or push past failure, do negatives, whatever I possibly can do to go as far as I possibly can with that weight for that set. And I don't actually consider a rest pause set a set. I don't consider drop sets a set. I consider that multiple sets, like mini sets. So it's like, okay, so I do 4 warm-ups and then I do my 5th set, which is my top set. That's the set. That's the set. The drop sets, so if I do a rest pause, rest pause, rest pause, drop set, rest pause, rest pause, rest pause, drop set, rest pause, rest pause, right? Those are all sets too. All those are sets, right? I do 4 warm-ups. I do 1 top set. My top set is the peak, right? So I do 4 sets building up to the top, right? And then I hit my top set. And then I do a bunch of mini sets coming back down to my starting weight, lower than my starting weight, or somewhere around my starting weight with the same reps, if not more reps. So I build up to a top, a peak, and then I come back down. Where every incline, where every time there's a hill going up, there's going to be a hill going down. So you climb it and then you go back down it. You go up and you go down. I don't just go up, I go up and down. Now, if I'm doing just 1 straight set all the way through, that doesn't apply. If I'm doing, straight sets of 20, that doesn't apply. If I'm doing a set straight to failure and I start doing cheat reps and I'm swinging it and I'm trying to just go as many as I can possibly go, as far as I could take that 1 top set, then there's no decline. That means we hit a plateau. Those are plateaus. That's we climbed up, we hit a spot, and we just try to stay on that plane, right? And we don't go back down. When I'm doing drop sets, I'm doing rest pause, I'm doing supersets, right? I imagine it like it's a peak. We climb up one side of the hill and then we go down the other. But if I'm just doing 1 straight set, I'm trying to hit a plateau. And I just want to run that plateau as far as I possibly can go. That's the way I view it in my head whenever I'm doing my workouts and stuff. There is no set like we're only doing rest pause on this movement. We're only doing drop sets on this movement. We're only doing straight sets on this movement. We're never going to do rest pause on this or drop sets on that. Like I might just do straight sets on side laterals one day, and then the next time I come and I do drop sets, next time I come and I do rest pause with drop sets, I'll do drop sets then rest pause, or I'll change it up on shoulder press and maybe I won't do rest pause at all. I'll just do straight drop sets or maybe just 1 all out set. It changes, depends on my energy levels, my mood, my mindset, and how strong or how beat up I'm feeling, really is what it comes down to. So I'm gonna go and cut this off and go on my walk because I have an hour walk ahead of me. And you could say, man, you don't have any rhyme or reason to the way you train, but I do. I have designated muscles on designated days. For the most part, the exercise selection stays the same. It's just the matter of reps, sets, and mini sets, and the style of intensity I choose changes every single workout. And that keeps it fun, that keeps it interesting, that keeps it always moving and always changing. So if I wasn't going to be doing different styles of tempo and intensity and volume training every single week, depending on how my body felt, I would just basically do progressive overload. If I was to have to pick one style, it would be progressive overload with modest intensity, modest volume, right in the middle of both, and just try to work on getting more reps or more weight every single week. As the reps build, the weight goes up, then I build the reps into the weight, then the weight goes up. And I think that's one of the most effective ways you could train if you can't train instinctively. I like to train instinctively. It always gives me the best results when it comes to bodybuilding. What gives me the best results coming to powerlifting is progressive overload. I'm not powerlifting, so I don't have to sit there and be in tune to really hardcore with a training program dialed in with percentages and numbers and rest periods and fatigue and offsets and all this other crap, you know? It's just, hey, am I sore? No. Could you have trained harder? Yes. Next day. Am I sore? Yes. Could you have trained harder? Probably not. I think I gave it everything I had. Do I feel like I have energy? Yes. Do you feel overtrained? No. Do you feel beat up today? Yes. Do you feel overtrained? Okay, maybe back off of this training session just a little bit to recover enough to feel better tomorrow and then pick up from there. So it's a lot easier to make adjustments as I go without having to derail the whole entire program by overshooting percentages and then be like, crap, now I have to figure out where to go from here and blah, 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 blah. I just train extensively and it works and it's fun and it keeps it exciting. And more importantly, it gives me really great results. And that's ultimately what the goal is, no matter what you're trying to do. If you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, there's only two options: get bigger or get stronger, or both. And if you're not trying to get bigger or you're not trying to get stronger, then what are you doing? You're like, well, I'm trying to maintain my size. Okay, that's understandable. At a certain age, you know, I can see that. So I guess there's three. I'm gonna recant what I just said. There's three things. You've already hit your goals and you want to stay where you are, so you're on maintenance, or you're trying to get bigger or you're trying to get stronger. Either way it goes, you need to have a purpose. And when you have a purpose, it causes you to push harder, which makes you go further, which makes you get better results. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all tomorrow.